We have all seen the fun challenges online, but some of these challenges can actually be really dangerous and scary. Today, I will show you some of the darkest challenges and why you should never try them. Make sure to like and subscribe so you stay safe. The first challenge we will look at is the Gauntlet challenge. This is truly one of the most disturbing trends to ever exist, as it could ruin your life forever. Let's watch this explanation.
Challenges that are very dangerous. The Gauntlet Challenge. Back in 2018, a really popular challenge called the Gauntlet Challenge was going around. However, it was very disturbing. The challenge was to watch 20 really disturbing videos, which showed animal cruelty, killing, human, 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃𝗃 and other more. Most people couldn't even make it past the first 5 videos because it was too hard to watch. Even if you managed to finish all 20 videos, you complete the challenge, but it's not worth it. Cause you can't never forget what you saw, and it could have a lasting impact on you.
This challenge sounds so disturbing. I don't know why someone would participate in this challenge unless they were forced to. If I ever went through anything like this, I think I might be traumatized forever. So if anybody ever tries to make you do this, Sunnies, you should say no and call the police. This next trend is called 690,452, and it is actually one of the most disturbing trends I have ever heard of. I don't know too much about it, but I heard you have to write a number on your wrist and perform rituals.
Trends that should have never been trends. PT3, 690,452. This trend was when people would write the number 690,452 on their wrist and go to sleep. Then, it's told you can get stuck in your dream, or a parallel universe forever, which means if you die in your dream, you're D3 in real life too. Apparently, there is a 50-50 chance of surviving. People aren't sure how this worked, but according to the Urban Dictionary, the number is 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗃𝗃 or a hell number.
Holy labubu, that actually sounds scary. I believe in scary stuff like the devil, so I would never do this trend. I went digging on the dark web and was actually able to find someone who survived this trend. Let's see what she has to say.
Story time on how did I survive waking up after trying this trend. Back in 2022, there was this trend going on where you write this number thing on your wrist, then you go to sleep, then you'll be stuck in your dream and never wake up again. I didn't believe any of this, so I was like, I need to try this and see if it works or not. I was stuck in a Squid Game backrooms. Back then I was a huge fan of Squid Game, and since I'm a shifter and a lucid dreamer, I was like, why not try to play Squid Game in my dreams? Maybe that makes so much sense why I was stuck in a Squid Game backrooms. Not because the number I wrote on my wrist before I went to sleep. However, I was still stuck in that place and I couldn't get out, to the point I felt like more than 5 hours have passed and I'm still in that place.
Oh my flip-flops, if this happened to me, I would actually be so terrified. I do not mind having a long dream, but when it turns into a nightmare, I get extremely terrified. However, this trend isn't even as scary as the next trend, so stick until the end. The next trend we will talk about is the Blue Whale Challenge. This challenge is extremely disturbing and almost as creepy as the final challenge. Apparently in this trend, a creepy man asks you to do things. In the beginning, the requests are super simple and innocent, but as the challenge goes on, it gets extremely more creepy. If you refuse to do what the creepy man says, he even threatens to come to your house and do bad stuff to you. This video should explain it well.
Trends that should have never been trends. PT2, the Blue Whale Challenge. This game originated in Russia, 2016. How it worked was a stranger with this PFP, a man disturbingly dressed up as Goofy, would message you asking if you want to play a game.
Did you, Sunny, see that man's face? It is so creepy. I actually remember seeing this trend now that I see his face. It used to terrify me so bad. Out of every creepy myth I've gone over, this one is the worst by far.
If you said yes, the stranger would give you a series of challenges. Harmless at first, but then they would ask you to hurt yourself. Eventually, they would ask you to end your life. And if you refused, they would find where you live and do it themselves.
Oh my goodness, this sounds awful. And Sunnies, you may think it ends, but this gets much worse. People on TikTok actually decided to make this a huge trend where everyone changed their pictures to this creepy man and texted people,
"Wanna play a game?"
After they got the victim to play a game, they would play this creepy video, and at the end of the video, the creepy TikTokers would start to look for them. Yeah, this is definitely one of the most creepiest things on the internet. I recommend staying far away from anybody with this profile picture, as this could change your life forever. However, there are still more challenges that are even worse than this. The cinnamon trend sounds very innocent, and yet it is almost the most harmful trend of all. With this challenge, you are supposed to swallow a spoonful of cinnamon. However, this is super dangerous as it can make you choke, and has caused many people to go to the hospital. This trend is extremely serious and can actually kill you. Here is a video of someone trying this challenge.
Here you go.
After this video, this lady was actually put in the hospital for a few weeks. Luckily, she managed to live and now is a YouTuber. This challenge is so dangerous because the cinnamon coats your throat, making it impossible to breathe. Sadly, a lot of people have unalived themselves doing this challenge, so please don't do this, Sunnies. This last trend is known as the
𝗴𝗶𝗯𝗃 trend,
and this is most defiantly the darkest challenge of them all. Like the other trend, this also makes you write something on your wrist and go to sleep. However, the consequences of this trend are much worse.
Scary trends that could kill you. 𝗴𝗏74. 𝗴𝗏74 is a Japanese game where you write F74 on your wrist and go to sleep. Once you're asleep, you're supposed to wake up in a red hallway with lots of doors in your dream. All of the doors have numbers on them, and all the doors lead to more hallways except from one, which is the blank door. Going through the blank door wakes you up and is the only way to escape when in the hallway. The blank door is the only door without a number on it.
What the flippers? So if I can't find the door you are telling me, I will be stuck in this dream forever. That sounds so terrible.
The worst part about 𝗴𝗏74 is that if you don't escape in under 10 hours, your body will die, and you will be trapped on 𝗴𝗏74 forever.
Sunnies, if this challenge is true, then it is the most disturbing trend I've ever heard of. It is possible that almost every person that died in their sleep is in 𝗴𝗏74. I did some digging on the dark web and was actually able to find footage of a kid apparently going to 𝗴𝗏74, so let's see what happened to him. While this is really interesting, 𝗴𝗏74 is very similar to the backrooms. In this video, the boy escaped before the time ended, so it's good he lived. The video looks pretty real, so I think this trend could maybe be real too. Just in case, Sunnies, I do not recommend writing 𝗴𝗏74 on your wrist or doing creepy stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye, Sunnies.